We are here in Didcot to interview Ed Vaizey, the representative for Wantage in Parliament. He was the Minister of Creative Arts and Communication from 2010 to 2016, hence why I've met him in the Cornerstone Arts Cafe. What party do you represent and what is your name?
I'm Ed Vaizey, I'm the Conservative MP for Wantage and Didcot.
What is your ideal Brexit outcome?
I supported Theresa May's withdrawal agreement, so I voted Remain in the referendum. But I've always supported getting a deal and getting a deal that has the least impact on people's jobs and livelihoods. I thought the withdrawal agreement delivered that, so I supported that. It was a temporary measure, gets us out of the EU and then allows us to negotiate a bespoke free trade deal.
What are the primary impacts of the outcome that you want and how would this affect students?
I think the impact on young people is obviously yet to be seen, but I think there are two main aspects of what could happen. The first is obviously young people who are leaving college or university and looking for jobs. I hope it won't have an impact on jobs, but obviously if some companies aren't investing here and aren't therefore creating jobs, that could have an impact. But secondly, I think young people have grown up with the ability to travel anywhere they like in Europe without a visa, without any restriction. To study in Europe, you can go to university in Europe as a British citizen. Opportunities for young people.
Would you say that a soft Brexit is that more what you would want, or is it a hard Brexit? Because we're not entirely sure what the two terms mean.
I want a soft Brexit, which means that you don't have a clear breach with the European Union. Soft Brexit means that you might still be part of some European organisations, such as the scheme that the whole of Europe has for importing goods into Europe. We could still be part of that, and we could still be subject to the rulings of some European institutions, but the benefits we would get in terms of our economy and the ability to trade with other European nations would be worth it.
Do you think house prices will change in the future because of Brexit?
It may be that, unfortunately, as it were, house prices fall because our economy doesn't do as well as it would have done if we'd stayed in Europe. Yeah. So I say it's a slightly odd thing to say, because on the one hand, falling house prices, in my view, are a bad thing because that might show the economy is not doing so well. But at the same time, for people like you and young people who want to get on the housing ladder, you know, house prices are way too high. There are ways of dealing with house prices, forgetting Brexit, to do with, frankly, building more houses, which is what we're doing actually in Didcot. Loads more houses are coming, but we need to do a lot more.
A lot of students we've asked so far have been curious as to whether we will still be able to study abroad in the future. This is one of their main concerns, and I thought I would ask you, being an MP.
Although you'll still be able to study in the European Union just as you could go and study in a US university if that's what you wanted to do, it will probably cost you more in tuition fees, and also you'll have to deal with a lot more bureaucracy.
Will holidays and holidays to places in the EU specifically go up in price, do you think?
There is a risk that airlines based in Britain may have to put their prices up because they may have to pay higher fees, but we don't know that because some of the airlines have been smart and moved their headquarters to Europe.
Do you think Brexit will benefit the UK in the long run?
Do I think Brexit will benefit the UK? No.
So we have just finished an interview with Ed Vaizey, the representative for Wantage and Didcot in Parliament. We have found out a lot of information. The answers were very informative. It seems that the main reason that there is no problem getting a Brexit deal is the backstop in Ireland and the conflict that it might cause. A lot of the answers that the students, well, the questions that the students wanted us to ask him were answered very well, and I'm sure that everyone will be happy with that. And I think overall it was a very informative interview for students and people under the age of roughly 25, and in general everyone really.